Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing my makeup in the car and I decided to shoot it for you guys. So these are all the makeup products that I'm carrying and I'll show them to you as and when I use them. This is my jewelry box and I'm carrying my jewelry along to wear once I'm done with the makeup, and I'm gonna get started with the makeup now. So I'm gonna begin with a primer spray. This is a two-in-one spray from Smashbox, which I absolutely love. It works as a primer as well as a setting spray, so I'm gonna use it before and after I do my makeup. Then continuing with my red concealer, which is from Bolly Glow. This is the usual concealer that I use every single day and it works really well for my skin. I use it on my under eyes and the inner corner of my eyes and around my lips where I have a bluish sort of undertone, and I just apply it as usual. After the red concealer, I am going to use my normal concealer on top of the red concealer on my under eyes and everywhere where I have acne. So a lot of acne has cropped up in the past 2-3 days because of the horrible pollution in the city. So you all need to be really careful. Even I'm trying to take as good care of my skin as I can. But because of the pollution, there's less that you can do. So I'm just trying to cover it all up with the concealer. I prefer to use a liquid concealer, especially in the car, because I think it's just easier to work with. A thicker concealer, maybe a creamy one, or anything else that you prefer, will be very difficult to apply. Moving on to my foundation, again, I've always preferred liquid foundations, they work best for me. And I'm using this one from Maybelline, which is a 24-hour Super Stay Foundation. My mom's again, like I told you in the last video. Applying it as usual. Do not forget your ears and your neck. Now, some of my acne was still not completely covered even after the foundation, so I decided to add on a little bit more of my concealer so as to cover them properly, and I just went dab dab to set the concealer in place. So the next step is the contouring. Now I forgot my contouring powder at home. I basically have a set of a blush palette which has a contouring shade as well. And I decided to skip the blush palette, forgetting that I need the contouring powder. So instead of skipping the step, I decided to use my eyeshadow palette and use the brown from there. The problem with that is that eyeshadows are generally very condensed. They sort of leave a streak, an entire line on your cheekbone or wherever you apply them. So it's very important to blend it really well, and that's what I did. I tried to blend it very well with my brush, and then I use my fingers to sort of erase the leftover lines or anything. I continued with the same palette, which is from Elf, for my eyes. So I used a pink shade as the base. I used a darker brown for my crease, and then I used a nice shiny pink from the Maybelline Nude palette, which I'll just show you. On top of that, for a nice day look and a simple look for my eyes, because again, this was a day wedding. There was one problem, however, that I was carrying my blending brush, so it was difficult to use it for everything that I've done. In fact, it was the wrong brush for everything, but I tried to do whatever I could, especially with the crease. I use my fingers to lighten it, and you can also sort of hold the bristles together where they're at the widest to make it into a small brush to use it for your crease. And plus you have to take care of the fact that it's a blending brush, so you have to be very careful with the way you deposit product, because blending brushes are not as good at it. So this is the light pink shade that I really love from my Maybelline palette, and slowly I had to deposit the product onto my eyelid with this blending brush. And then after that I used my fingers to basically add a little bit of the eyeshadow on my lower lid. I didn't do much because fingers are also not the best for this place, but then that worked. Then I used my brown eyeshadow eyeliner pencil which is from Revlon for my eyeliner. I prefer to use a brush. This is an angled brush because that gives you greater control, especially in a moving car. So I prefer to avoid darker color, which is black basically, or using a liquid eyeliner, which is really unforgiving. Yeah, thanks for seeing my palm. And I'm back again. So yeah, using shorter strokes and using it very lightly so that I can slowly build it up without having to remove everything and have a do-over. Same applies to the eyebrows. I'm using my goof proof eyebrow pencil from Benefit, and I'm again using really light and short strokes so that I don't really goof up. But I really love this pencil because this really is goof proof. I made that face because I just realized at that time that I have forgotten my mascara, and that is, I think, the one of the most important makeup products, and I was really upset that I didn't carry it. But then I decided to darken my eyeliner so that it wouldn't be apparent that I've not done my eyelashes. So I think that worked. So then I'm using a white eyeliner pencil on my lower lid so that I don't look as sleepy as I am. But be careful not to poke your eyes. I'm using two lipstick shades. One is from Maybelline and one is from Lotus. And I'm going to mix these together to create the shade that I want. And I'm also going to be using the second lipstick and applying it as a blush. And I tend to do that a lot of times. And really, guys, that works. That's one of my most favorite hacks of all times. So I applied the lipstick on the apples of my cheeks and blended it with my fingers. Using my favorite highlighter from ELF. It is perfect for a day event and I applied it everywhere. You can never go overboard with highlighters, and this is one of my favorite makeup products. And I applied a little bit of a little bit of highlighter to the inner corner of my eyes and under my brows with my finger because I don't have a smaller brush. And I'm done. So now I want my jewelry, my ring, my bangles, my earrings, and finishing touches, guys, with the bindi. And voila, I'm done.